Welcome back. Let me check my mic. Okay, we're good. In my introduction video, I did not tell you that I was an author. That's one of the things that I also struggle with. I am always very conscious of telling people all the things that I do. I like to start today's documentation by saying that most of the things that I learned, or my knack for learning things, my quest for knowledge and adding skills to my skill set comes from seeing my mother as a child. My mom is extremely hardworking. She's always going above and beyond. She runs businesses, she runs a catering business, she runs an event planning business. She has a shop for gift items, she has a shop for clothing items, dresses, and all that. She has she runs an entire business. She cooks, she bakes, she just runs businesses. And of course, she decorates as well. And of course, I picked some of those things like baking, decorating, sitting in a shop and trying to run things. And I saw her do a lot of hard work. And that's not to say my dad did not do a lot of hard. I mean, I saw my dad selling cream. I saw my dad, like my dad did a lot of things. But I was mostly with my mom because, of course, daddy was always traveling on trips to work and all of that. And I was heavily with my mom for the most part, my siblings and I, because, of course, daddy was always traveling. And so, if there's anything about being in business, running, or being multi talented, or looking for like doing a billion things at a time, I think I kind of picked it from my mom. It's possible that that's where I got this from, or that I just naturally have a curious mind. I am very curious about a lot of things. And when I'm curious about it, I dabble. I want to see what's in it. I want to understand how it works. I want to know if it will work for me. I want to know if it will have an advantage for me. Welcome to my vlog, my documentation vlog. If you are looking for community, if you're looking for a place to thrive, this is where you can. We're open. You can ask your Yoruba will not leave me alone. We're open. You can ask your questions. You can join the community. This community that I'm talking about is for people like me who are looking for a family, who are looking for a place where they can be themselves and not feel awkward for having many skills or for being multi-talented. So if you're multi-talented, you need somewhere to belong, you need somewhere to share your ideas with, you need someone to share your burden. Hello, I'm right here. We can talk about it together. My name is Oluwayemisi Akingbola. You can call me Comely Missy. Anyone that works for you is fine. So I wrote a book a time ago. I didn't publish it. That's one of the things I still struggle with, imposter syndrome, because I didn't publish it because I felt like a lot of people might not resonate, because at the time, I'm not sure a lot of people understood what it was to be multi-talented or being a multi-potentialist, as it were. And the title of the book is Carefree, but I would release it as in this documentation that I'm doing is me pushing myself, is me putting myself out there, is me telling myself that it would work, is me telling myself not to be so afraid, is me telling myself not to kill my own dreams because I'm scared. So yeah, this is me doing it afraid. This is me dealing with my own fear, because I realized that I teach people how to deal with their fear. I give advice. I tell people what I think they should do, but I never take that advice. So this is me forcing myself to take that advice. Carefree is a book about feeling lost as a creative person. It's like a first-hand guide to being a creative person. And I'd like to read an excerpt from this. We're subconsciously sold the idea that we require permission to do anything. You do not require permission to do anything. Yes, it's subconscious because when we were growing up, you had to take permission to do some certain things, which was okay. But some of us did not, or the way we grew up did not help us to wean ourselves of the idea that we need permission to do everything. You do not require permission. As a very active kid, I knew I was multi-talented because I was a creative person in thought and action. That was it. And I made paper crafts, my school books. Oh God, I can't count the number of times my parents beat me because I was always tearing my school books to make flowers and boats. And and I know a lot of us did that, but there were some of us that didn't stop. Yeah, we're here. And I got bored easily in class. Long lectures, long meetings bore me. I get tired easily. Or because my mind is active. My mind is looking for the next fancy boom thing, the big idea. And it's one of the things that, as till today, I, really impacted on my output, the things that I do. I am very good with what I do. My work is always, if I say so myself. But what I'm trying to say here is that there are so many ideas clashing at the same time that sometimes I panic. Sometimes I feel like, you know what, let's not just do it all together. It's like my brain experience says shut down and I don't do it all together. Anyway, let's come back to what I'm saying. If you feel lost as a creative, it's sometimes okay to feel lost, especially if you battle with how to prioritize which idea comes first. One of the things that I had to learn, it was a coping mechanism for me, is, for instance, if I'm writing and another idea jumps that is different from what I'm writing, I pick that idea and I put it in a corner and like a come back to later lists of some sort, like, okay, I'll attend to this later. I just put it in there and I continue with my flow of thought so that I do not forget what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to write. And at the same time, I do not kick the muse out of the window, because sometimes that idea might now be the best thing, better than what it is that you're writing. I'm not sure I told anybody that I once learned how to make jewelry. In fact, this is one of the jewelry pieces I have made in my lifetime. So where was I? Gosh, yeah. So I don't think I've ever told anybody that on this community that I used to make handmade jewelry. I still know how to do it. I do it once in a while if I feel like it. And the reason why I dabbled into that was because interest. So as a creative person, your interest would, it's like an ebb and flow. Your interest would jump here and there sometimes. You might be interested in this today, and tomorrow morning you're interested in this, and next tomorrow you're talking about this, right? So there are like a billion and 10 things that can happen to your mind at the same time. And so at some point you start feeling lost. You start asking yourself, what exactly am I here for? Why am I supposed to be doing this? Or what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing it this way? Is this the right way to do it? There are so many things I should be doing right now, but I'm not doing it. Why am I feeling lost? It happens. And so I want to share just one of the tips, one of the things that I do for myself. It may not work for you, but if it works for you, that's very beautiful. Is that I take a break from it all. It's kind of like burnout, especially if you are the very high functioning creative, for someone who functions regardless of anxiety and fear and all of that. So it's like you are burning out. Your brain is shutting down. So you're feeling like, what am I doing? It feels like you're grasping for straws. Take a break from it. It's okay to take a break. That was why I opened this conversation with, you do not need permission. You do not need permission to take a break. You do not need permission to do what you need to do. Okay? So if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling like you're not very sure of yourself or where you are at, it's okay to take a break. Now, your break depends on who you are. Some people take a break by taking a stroll. Some people take a break by just shutting down their system and walking away from it all and all of that. At the end of the day, do what works for you. But when you feel lost, when you feel like you're not sure of what your talent is anymore, it doesn't mean you're not talented. It doesn't mean that you're not focused. It doesn't mean that you are all the negative things that society wants to pin on you. You only need to take a break and take a step back. For instance, I had to take a break from all the things. Guys, if I list out all the things that I know how to do and that I do, I'm sure that a lot of people will understand why I burn out quickly. But I had to take a break. I had to take a break because it wasn't making sense. It was looking like I was leaving jobs done haphazardly. It was looking like, oh, there's this project, I'm doing this, and then another project jumps in my head. I leave it and I jump into the next one. And then I look at my desk and there's like a lot of unfinished projects. And then I start to panic. So I had to take a break. I had to take a break. And when I took a break, I wrote an entirely long list of all the things that I needed to finish and complete. And When I saw that it was too overwhelming, I packed everything and just kept it in one cupboard, because I know that either way there will be a point where I would need to touch any of them. There will be a point where I will need to pull back those projects and work on them. But by that time, I'll be in a good place. My mind will be settled. I will have sense, so to speak. So it's okay to take a break as a creative. And this is for me as well as it is for you. YMC, the fact that you're taking a break does not mean you are lazy. The fact that you cannot finish that project in the time that you imagine that you finish it does not mean you are a failure. Okay? It means that you are only re-strategizing, you're taking your time so that you do it well and you do it better than you left it. So the fact that you take a break, the fact that you didn't share some things does not mean that you're a terrible person. You are building up to it. Some of us are late bloomers, and it's okay. It's absolutely okay. Thank you so much for joining me again. See you in the next video. My name still remains Olayemisi Akimbola. Don't forget, no matter how bad it is, you can thrive. If you need someone to talk to, if you need a community where you can share who you are and be yourself, the link is in the description box. Enjoy the rest of your day.